What is good?
What is good?
What is good?
What is
good?
up?
What is up? What is good? 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 What is normal?
She'll keep going.
I will.
This is what she does.
Yeah, you know, I have gotten so much better with the OCD side, but I have to be like, what is good? What is good? What is good? What is good?
Yeah.
Okay, that felt good. But that was only 3 times.
No, it's okay.
It's
yeah,
good.
you've gotten better with it, like you said. Okay.
Felt great.
So, hello, everyone.
What is good?
How are you guys doing?
How are you guys doing?
Day.
This evening.
This evening.
This
I know.
month.
This month.
This
Almost
new month.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Wow.
Wow.
I mean, I think that July wanted to hold on forever. I don't know about you guys, but it was like, I'm not saying that was a problem. I was just interested in seeing how it was like, July. Oh, it's still July.
It's still July. Yeah.
Yes.
It
And
kept going.
There's Lysol in the stores.
I know.
So-
I just saw that.
I mean, I think that's already exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
We're turning a corner.
Yeah.
Yes.
Turning a new leaf.
Yes.
Also, I did stick a pillow underneath me, but I'm still just my little self. So
Yeah.
don't come for me about it. I mean, I don't know what else there is to do.
This
I'm a
is what it
tiny
is.
human being. It just,
Yeah.
I don't even know. It just happened. I thought so, and you know, it's so sad because I literally had thought I was 5'2".
Mm-hmm.
Then I went to the doctor and they're like, "Oh, you're only 5 foot," and I was like, "Don't lie." But
Aw.
so how are you today?
I'm doing good. Today was a hustle bustle type of day for
Yeah.
me. It was just one thing after the other after the other.
She lost her keys underneath the car.
Yeah, underneath the seat of the car. And
she
it's
was
like
I just
so
don't have
tiny.
the time.
It was so frustrating.
She was like, I don't have the time for this.
It's like, what is happening?
And the cool thing about Jessica too is that she stays composed very well, which I do very well at as well. But you stay your composure is so cool because you'll just be like, I don't know where they are. I don't have the time for this right now. And I'm like, oh, what's going on? And you're like, please stop. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
But you're
that's
like so
pretty
chill.
much it. Yeah, that's just, I don't know. That's how I deal with it.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I'm going to find it. It'll be okay. But this isn't the moment right now. I'll have to go back to it and deal, you know?
Yeah.
So that's what it was.
But is it good?
It was good because I did find them.
Yeah. But I mean, after the hustle bustle.
It was good. It really was. It was a really good day. It's really just chilled and so hot, but
Yeah, I'm moving.
yeah.
So, quote it. She said she was moving. I am.
How is your day?
My day is lit. What was it? Just having fun. Okay, so crush my workout. I always say that, but listen, they're crushed things, okay? And it makes me so the monster needs it, okay? So I was really happy with that. And then when I got home, it was really cool because my organization side is like always lit up. So today I gave myself permission to brihage. And the reason why we call it brihage is for anyone who's ever seen, what is it? Desperate Housewives. How it started was one time Tim came in when I was watching Desperate Housewives, and it was during a scene where Bree Hodge was cleaning her house, and she was just cleaning and cleaning and cleaning. And then Tim said, "Oh, wow, that reminds me of you." And so then whenever I would have a problem or an episode of my OCD being too frantic, Tim would turn over and be like, "Okay, I don't want you to Bree Hodge." And so now that's what we always call it. So today I gave myself permission to Bree Hodge a little bit, and it was really nice. And so, you know,
it's nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to have that balance.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's
it
important.
Really is. Yeah. And it's cool to when I tell my mind that I'm going to go in doing certain things, I'm able to already stay in that state, that flow, because I'm able to go, okay, this is what I'm going to do. And then I'm able to pull out from it.
Yeah.
Because I've told my mind. And that actually really is perfect for our topic.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Because our topic is really centered on words.
Yeah.
words we speak not only to each other, but words that we speak to ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah. More so that.
Yeah.
More than anything, the topic is words that you speak to yourself. And the quote that I liked a lot was that the words you speak are the house that you live in. And I really, really believe that, because it's just interesting, even how you said in your situation today with not being able to find your keys, when you said, it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
You know what? I'm going to find them.
And I had to return to a different moment. You know, I had to make sure that it wasn't gonna get me so annoyed within that moment, but it made sense to be like, you know what, I'm gonna wait for right now and I'm gonna go look for them later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see? Yeah, exactly. And because of that, you making that choice, you're able to breathe it out and do what you need to do in the moment.
For sure.
Exactly. Get the stuff done. See, and so that's one thing that I really love in all the different areas of study. I really love when it comes to the mind, the brain, the way things flow, the neurons, the way things are connected inside of you, the way things fire off and are triggered by other things, and the way that there's neuroplasticity and there's the ability to continue to change and grow and have that ability to be ignited all the time. Whenever, you know, and so I realized that as a human being, I've always wanted to further myself in the sense of not just being mediocre, like getting to one place and then going, oh, that's cool, that's enough. I think there's so much more inside of me that I haven't met yet that I want to continue to meet. And so
I love that.
Yeah, I really, that really gets me just so moved. And so one of the things that I studied when during one of my college courses was behaviorism. And I found that to be really incredible, especially when we're talking about what we say to ourselves.
Right.
You know, and so I believe some people have said B.F. Skinner did or did not say this quote, but however, in the book that I read it from in class, the professor did refer to it as B.F. Skinner having said this quote. So, but it's one of my favorite quotes. And he said, "Give me a dozen healthy infants, well-formed, and my own specified world to bring them up in, and I'll guarantee to take anyone at random and train him to become any type of specialist I might select: doctor, lawyer, artist, merchant, chef, and yes, even beggar man and thief, regardless of his talents, penchants, tendencies, abilities, vocations, and race of his ancestors." So I always found that to be
it always stuck with you.
Yeah, it always did, because it's the ability of how someone, tabula rasa, how they come and they shape who you are at this young age, how they can take such a vulnerable little baby or, you know, or person that is just so young and have an influence over them to start to speak to them a certain way, to allow them to become who they are today. And that was interesting to me because, you know, if a parent brings home their infant, and you brought this up too, they bring home their infant and then from the hospital, and the day they get them, they're speaking words over them. You know,
you're beautiful, you're smart, I love you, you're capable. You're able. You're brilliant. You know, you're a winner.
When that child grows up, they have a certain level of confidence established inside of them due to those words. And it's not only because of the fact that they heard it from someone, but it's because they begin to speak it to themselves. After they've heard their parents saying to them, "You're beautiful, you're capable, you're loving, you're amazing, you're this, you're that," then they start to say to themselves in a moment when it's hard, or even when they wake up in the morning and it's a good morning, when it's a bad morning, whatever kind of morning it is, "You're beautiful, you're smart, you're capable, you can do this." They just start saying that naturally because they remember what they heard. And now they in turn can speak it to themselves. So then if you have a child who is raised by a parent who brings them home and they're burdened by them, and they're constantly telling them how annoying they are. Stop crying. Oh my gosh, shut up. Oh, you're so annoying. Telling them, you know, when they get older, you're not going to do anything. Why do you think you can do that?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you're not going to go to college. We can't even afford to take you there. We don't have the money for you to do that. Okay.
Yeah.
We don't have the clothes for you. You're not going to be able to do that. No. And they probably didn't really invite you to that birthday. They probably felt bad for you.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
This kid starts to hear this, and then they grow up in turn, and they're crippled in a lot of essence of how they start to think towards themselves.
Yes.
They're already thinking, I don't know if I can do that. They're shaky.
Yeah. They're hesitant.
Yeah.
They're not confident in what they do. When they go to do it, they're like, I think, you know, they're indecisive.
Yes. And even if they do a good job, they're still searching to figure out, was that good job enough?
Yes.
Because they always felt as though they were someone who had to prove themselves to someone else because their parents never saw it in them or never spoke it over them. So in turn, they don't know how to speak anything good to themselves.
Yeah.
So they just do what they've always known. And what they've always known is proving, trying to, you know, just amount to something, always trying to show people, like, look at me, you know what I mean? And a lot of times they can present themselves in a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
You know, for some women, you know, I've talked to where they will wear certain outfits or stuff like that, and not like, it's different between hot and provocative. I believe there's a hotness that a woman can have when she's wearing a certain outfit, and then there's a provocativeness that's like further, you know. And so I love talking to people that have different dressing abilities. And one of the women I had spoke to about it, she was like, you know, I don't really know why I've dressed like this, you know. But then as we started talking later, she was like, I never felt like anyone saw me. And so then in turn, maybe that's why, she said. She's like, I do like that people notice my outfits. And it was interesting to me because it was sad, because she's beautiful with or without whatever she wanted to wear. She could wear a t-shirt and she was absolutely stunning. So, but in her opinion, she wanted to be that vocal, that seen, because she hadn't felt seen, you know. And some people just like to express themselves, period. That's just what they like. But I'm saying for her case, it came
from a certain place.
Yes, it came from a place. And it's like, if she had known when she was younger how seen she was, you know, she came from a family where there was a lot of children that were foster children that came in and out. And she was the biological child in the situation, but she was pretty much overlooked for the foster children. So she had to kind of fend for herself. And so once she grew up, she was like, oh, look at me, you know? And so I really get to see how there's certain people that you don't realize why they do what they do. And a lot of times it traces back to how they were spoke to and how in turn they now speak to themselves. So, you know, they're living from there.
Exactly. They're seeing the modeling, as they say, you know. What example was set for them in their childhood, then now that's what they're growing up to be.
And I love you in their childhood, and that's what they're growing up to be. I love that you said that, because it even changes how they choose relationships. Another thing that was interesting, and I'll never forget this, during my college course, I met a friend, and she was so amazing. She was so cool. And she was telling me about this guy that liked her, and he was in ROTC. He was going to further himself in whatever areas that he wanted. But then he would wait for her, you know, by class every time after class. And he was so sweet, so respectful, so nice, so genuine. And you could just tell that was the kind of guy he was, you know, that he carried himself that way. He'd open the door for her. And so the next time I saw her in class, I told her, I was like, oh, I love it. You guys are so cute together, you know? And she's like, he's just too nice. And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, I mean, he opens the door, he like compliments me. She's like, he's just too nice to me. I don't.
She's like,
she was like turned
disgusted by that.
Yes, completely turned away from him being nice to her. She couldn't handle it. And so I thought that was interesting. And then when we started talking about it, she was telling me how, you know, it wasn't like a situation that she was used to. You know, for her sake. And but so what happened during the semester, she ended up breaking up with him because she said he was too nice.
Wow.
And and then a married couple that I know, they were talking to me about a thing that was actually similar in this regard too. She was used to being raised aggressively. They're a black couple, right? So when I say a black couple, to say in her home it was very aggressive, where they would say stuff like to her like, your face looks ugly.
Fix your face.
Fix your face. You look ridiculous today. Why you look so stupid on your face? Change that face. You know. So when she got married, she would say to her husband, "I don't mind if you tell me that I'm being stupid today, or I don't mind if you tell me that I'm being dumb, or I need to fix my face, or whatever." She would say that to him.
Yeah.
And so he was like, "No, I would never say that to you."
Yeah.
And so she's like, "I don't get it," you know. And so when we were talking, he goes, "Well, I didn't come from that background."
Yeah.
He's like, "My parents, we always thought that there was a different way in which to say things."
Yes.
So they took time to really evaluate how they were going to speak what they had to say to the person, how they wanted to express it.
Yeah.
Even if it was blunt, they wanted it to come out correctly and not come out in the aggressive way that she knew.
Yes, exactly.
So, and that all in turn had to do with how she was raised.
Yeah.
Translating from examples of what you talked about, what was said to you during childhood, now being how you feel it is right to be talked to in adulthood. You know?
Yeah.
And so I just realized that that's really what it's about, is how are you conditioning yourself to talk to yourself, because you want to speak all these good words to your kids. You know, you want to tell your pet how cute it is. You want to tell your niece or nephew how amazing they are. You would never hope for them to be raised thinking that they were ugly. You would never hope for them to be raised thinking that they can't do something. You would never hope for them to be raised thinking that they're lesser than anyone, or that they can never amount to something. You would never hope for that. But yet you would allow yourself to be.
Yeah. Yeah,
you would that's okay for you. It makes no sense, you know. And people say, I want a better life for my kids. Why can't you have a better life for your kids while you're practicing having a better life for yourself?
Exactly. Yeah.
Why can't you also have a good life?
For some reason, it's interesting, because I don't know what it is, but it seems like it skips. I don't know if you want to say generation, or it skips them, you know, where they're like, okay, it's just my kids. It's my kids' future. It's what they want. And I completely understand that wholeheartedly.
I think it's a martyred thing. Like, it's a martyred, because I think that it's a thing where it's like, I am sacrificing. Yeah. I want my kid to do so good. I want my niece or nephew to do so well that I'm willing to make
kind of sacrifice.
Yeah. And I'm going to put myself in the back burner so that they do well. However, you not realizing that by you not getting the help you need, by you not speaking to yourself the way you need to be spoke to, by you not doing all those things that are internally necessary, you are messing yourself up. And you're actually not going to even be able to be there for them properly.
Yeah, because of that. Yeah.
Because of that.
Exactly.
And as they grow and their minds are doing good, and they look at you, they're going to be very confused.
Yeah.
As to why they flourished and you didn't decide to as well. Yeah.
That's really good. Yeah. I love that so much.
Yeah.
I think that's so important too. And that's when it comes down to the environment and the setting that you are living in, the people you're surrounding yourself with as well. Because as we said, we know words are so powerful, and a lot of times it comes from within, but it also comes from those group of friends that you have as well, you know?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Because who you surround yourself with really influences a lot of parts of your life. So if you're surrounding yourself with someone who has had negative experiences, for instance, say they didn't have a good marriage, so they got a divorce. So then you want to get married. Yeah. And then you tell them and they're like, hey man, well, I'm just being a realist, you know? Yeah. I don't know. Marriages don't work out. Yeah. Marriage don't work. It don't work for anyone. But hey, that's just me being real, you know? And if you have to realize that your friend is speaking from an ill-minded experience, first off. And so because their marriage didn't work out, they want to tell you it's going to be a good or bad thing.
Yeah.
And, you know, the same thing if you have a boyfriend or girlfriend. Oh, man, they might tell you, man, he doesn't look as interested anymore. He seems like he's kind of in his phone more than he's paying attention to you.
Yeah.
I remember when that stage happened.
Yeah.
In
that was the first red flag.
Yeah.
For me. Mm-hmm.
And you might, I don't know, he might already be cheating on you.
Yeah.
I mean, and so you have these situations where it's like based off of what happened to them and their own relationship.
Exactly.
You know? And so if you hear from those friends with ill-minded experiences and then you take in what these ill-minded friends say and believe it as biblical, you know, and then apply their personal insight to your life, you'll find you begin to believe that what they're saying is true. So maybe you walked in confidently, you know, I'm ready to ask this person to marry me. You know, you're like in it. Then you go talk to this person and you know, think about it. When you're going to go ask someone to marry you as a guy, I'm thinking you have to do some bolstering up. You have to talk to you have to boost yourself up. You have to get your guys around you. You have to talk to yourself in the mirror a few times and go, okay, you look good. Okay. You got this. So imagine you're all pumped up and then you go and talk to someone and then they're like, nah, man, bad plan. So if you haven't put enough in your mind to say, that's great, that's where they come from, and I don't have to hear that. Yeah. If you're too weak, then you will be able to go, oh, never mind. Yeah. And that confidence goes out the window.
Yes. And I think it's important looking at the friend's perspective on trying to give, you know, advice or whatever it is, recommendations on how they would do things, or being like, you know what, hey, this is what I went through. I think you can say things in such an amazing way, and you can come from a place of being like, you know what, I didn't do this right. So when you do get married, or when you do go on this journey of wherever you're going, you know, make sure to do it this, or this is what I learned. And I think it's important to come from that place instead of, oh my gosh, this is what, you know, I think the way you word things are so important.
Yeah, because a good-minded friend will do that. They will make sure to actually give you pointers on what they thought they should have done a little bit better. Same thing when it comes to a test. And so if you're a student, you're about to take a exam, and you go and you call your friend and they're like, oh, you're gonna fail. You're gonna fail. Okay, well, first off, that's not a good friend, number one. Number two, a good friend will tell you, look, when I got to this part of the test, I'm telling you, make sure you slow down. Don't try to rush. Try to make sure that you're really focused. Go get some good sleep tomorrow. Make sure that you're ready to go. Eat the nutrients that you need. Have a good workout. Drink water. Stay hydrated. Yeah,
they're preparing you.
They're going to prepare you to do your best and tell you, you know, what's going to cause you to actually have longevity and do well. Yeah. So that's what it comes down to is even if they failed their test, they're going to be able to help you prepare better for yours.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's what you want.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
And so I really think that, you know, if you are a person, especially if you're a person that already tends to have anxiety issues where you've struggled with constantly racing thoughts and freaking out and finding from one moment to the next your thoughts might jump, you know what I mean? The best thing you can do for yourself is speak good words to yourself. I'm telling you, that's the best thing you can do is speak better life-giving words that are going to support you in getting from A to B. You know, like thinking about it as a hallway, right? If you're someone who's scared of the dark and you have to go to the bathroom at night and you're like, oh my gosh. So there's two types. It could either be, okay, I gotta go down the hall. Who knows what's down the hall? I don't know if I can make it down the hall. I might make it down the hall. I don't think I'll make it down the hall. I can't make it down the hall. I can't make it down. I'm not gonna make it. Yeah. And you're gone. Okay, so that can be with any thought. Yeah. I'm going to do very well today. Today's going to be a good day. Today's not a good day. I'm not a good day. Now, rewinding and going, you know what? No, I can make it down the hall. It's going to be okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a step out. I'm going to breathe. I'm going to relax. I know my way down here. It's going to be fine. Nothing is going to jump out at me.
Yeah.
I'm fine. I'm safe. I'm safe in my home. It's going to be okay. Speaking those words while you are walking to support you from getting from A to B.
Yeah.
That is what you want. You want things that are going to support you from getting to A to B. Not things that we're not talking about filling your mind with goo-boo juboo and fake things. We're talking about filling your mind with what's going to help you.
Yeah.
Because for instance, if you're a mom and you know what the day is bringing, right? If you're already going to get in your element and you want to be in your flow for the day, you need to already be ahead of that. You need to know, you know what? It's going to be a good day. This is how it's going to go. Even if things don't go all the plan that I've wanted on my list, it's still going to be a good day.
Yeah.
You know what? We're going to have great time today. We're going to speak well to each other today. But first that starts with me speaking well to myself today.
Yes.
I'm going to talk to myself about how amazing of a wife I am. I'm going to talk to myself about how amazing of a mother I am. I'm going to say, you know what? I know that it's been hard doing these homeschool days these last few days, but I know I can do it. I know that it's going to be okay. I know that, you know what? I'm going to be okay with my husband going back to work while I'm going to be watching the baby by myself for a few hours. I know that it's going to be okay. I know I can pick up the phone and call my mom. I know I can pick up the phone and call my friend. I know that I can call my sister.
Yeah.
I know who I can talk to. I know who my lifelines are. It's going to be okay.
Yes.
I'm going to make sure that, you know what, dinner is going to be fun. It's not going to be a burden anymore for me. I'm going to make it simple. It's not about trying to do all these amazing, pleasing things. Yeah, I might not have every vegetable on the plate that this person has on their child's plate, but it's okay today. I'm going to do better today. It's going to be what it's necessary for us today. You know what? We might not be able to go to all these birthday parties this weekend, but that's okay. We're just going to celebrate this one and it's going to be good. It's going to be fine. You know what? I might not get all the laundry folded today, but it's okay.
Yeah.
I did the laundry. I did this amount and I'm going to do maybe this amount today and do this amount tomorrow. So not always building things up against yourself.
Yeah.
Already going, oh my. So on the other note, you can say, I have laundry. Oh my God, I have this party. Oh my God. The kids, they need a better food. I don't know if that's enough carrots. I don't know if they should be having that. I don't know if I could take care of the baby. I don't know if I can do this. And then all of a sudden you can't. And your mind is done.
Yeah.
So what are you fueling in yourself?
Yes.
Because then what you put in as fuel, when those kids come at you and they have temper tantrums that they're going to have because they're kids and they're human beings, you're already ahead to go, you know what? My mind's already made up that it's a good day. My mind's already made up that even if you have a temper tantrum, even if they throw all their shoes across the floor, or even if they spill all the cereal and the milk everywhere, I have decided that it's a good day.
Yes.
And that I'm going to pick up this cereal. We're going to pick it up and it's going to be fine.
Yeah.
And move on.
Yeah.
And even if it's a hard moment where I cry and I start crying, it's still okay. Choosing that in the midst of it all, you're going to speak.
You're going to
as
speak
much well to yourself to get you from A to B, to get you from the beginning of the day to the end of your day.
And letting yourself feel good as you get from A to B.
Being proud.
Yes. You arrive to the end of your night and you're like, oh my gosh, I feel good. Hey, I didn't get this done or that done, but hey, I feel good inside.
Yes.
The kids are fed, they're bathed, whatever it is. You feel good. You feel accomplished.
Because see, this is the thing. The brain wants so much to assist you in getting what you want. It wants to do what you want. Okay. It wants to get you what you want. So the brain will do everything in its power when you tell it to do something to try to make sure that can come to pass for your day. Okay. For your life.
Yeah.
Anything. So what it's trying to do is if you start feeding it information of I'm stupid, I can't, then your brain's like, okay, so she's saying she can't. He's saying he can't. So I guess he can't.
Yeah.
That's what he wants. Is he wants to not be able to do it. So then it's already against you. It's already saying that you can't. You told it you can't. So it's giving you can't. And I think that a lot of people, they get confused. People are like, well, I don't know why I didn't get that job. Or I don't know why I didn't have a good day today. You already told yourself in traffic or before you even got to traffic that it was going to be the worst day, that it's already annoying, that your wife's getting on your last nerves, that your kids need to shut up, that everyone's just so stupid and you're just so done with your marriage that it's not going to happen, this and this and this. Then, well, you're right. It gave you all those things and more.
Yeah,
exactly. There's people that say, I want a better marriage. But then on the other hand, they say, I don't believe it. when it comes to push comes to shove, they're like, I don't really believe he's ever going to change.
Yeah.
I don't really believe she's ever going to change. But I really want a good marriage, but I don't believe it. Okay, so now you've told your brain, I want a good marriage. I don't believe it. Those things do not support.
Yeah, it clashes.
It does. It clashes. Opposites. And what happens is the con usually outweighs the pro.
Yeah.
And in that situation, then it goes, unbelief will always overcover the pro of, it might work. It won't. Unbelief. It pulls it down.
Yeah.
So it's just like you're signing yourself on. Think about what you're presenting to yourself. Are you presenting to yourself options that actually carry you into something? If you're saying that, yes, your marriage hasn't been good at this point, but you want better, then you have to decide, I want better.
Yeah. And
if you decide you want better, then that means that you choose to go, it can be better.
It can be. Yes.
And now that you feed your mind that, it wants to support. Yes, yeah. It wants to support you.
Yeah,
it wants to support you when you go to counseling. It wants to support you when you're talking to your husband or wife. It wants to support you when you are doing whatever you are doing because you fed it.
Yes,
the nutrients that say, I want you to do well. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
And so that's the thing is like, you can go and read all this self-help books. You can work out. You can drink water. You can do all these, go to bed earlier and do all this stuff. But if you're speaking negatively to yourself, it amounts to nothing. You're not going to enjoy your life.
Yeah. And when it comes down to the choice of what you said earlier about, you can either say, you know what, I'm going to do this. It's going to be amazing, or no. I always visualized it as going down two roads. You have two roads in front of you. And a lot of times these roads appear when it's the hardest, when it's the times of really going through the toughest, you know, and you have the first road of saying, you know what, I'm going to be good. It's going to be a good day. I got it. You know, I'm gonna do good and excel. And then you have the other road that's like, no, I'm not gonna do it. No, it's not gonna be a good day. You know what you were saying earlier. And so I've always visualized it as it's really picturing, okay, I'm gonna walk down that road, you know? And once you walk down that road of saying, I'm gonna do it, it's gonna be good, you're down it. The other road is gone. There's no, I'm gonna go back. No. I'm down and I'm in.
Yeah.
You know? So.
Yeah. And it's like, even what I learned when it came to agility workouts and sprints, one of the things I love is sprints so much. And what I learned about it is that when you are going to sprint, everything in your brain has sent signals throughout your body that is telling your body she's about to sprint. Just like what you're talking about going down that road, right?
Yeah.
It's sending signals that go, she's going to sprint. So now I'm doing all that's necessary to engage, to pump, to move, to build momentum and speed. And every single time it's when you make that choice, it locks in so quickly that your body is fired up and ready to go.
Yeah.
Because of how you've told your mind. Your mind will control your body. And people don't understand that. And it's taking things slowly, one step at a time. I think a lot of times people don't allow their mind to control their body in the proper way because they try to give their mind too much at once. Like they're like, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this. And you're like, okay, so that's why I tell people, you know, for instance, if you're someone who has said you struggle with working out faithfully throughout the week, you know, then instead of saying I'm going to work out 7 days this week, when you know that's very high for you at that point, saying instead I'm going to work out 2 times this week.
Yeah.
Literally setting that understanding with yourself of what you can and cannot do. Starting off with the small to begin to add more and more in over time is going to become the lifestyle for you. It's not going to be best to dive all in at one speed and think that that's going to be suitable for your life.
You have to gradually.
Yes. Yeah. Go in slowly and more and just start to understand what it's like. Because as you do that, what happens is when you give your mind the ability to go, okay, I'm going to work out these 2 days, right? Then your mind goes, okay, that's what she said she's going to do.
Yeah.
Then it gives you that. But what happens is when you get to that second day, your mind's like, Give me it. Let's go again. Let's do this again. This was fun. So then it's ready for the third day. And then it's like, okay, give me it. Come on. And then let's go again. You know? So then if you're a person too that you say, I want to speak better to my husband. Don't say to yourself, I have now eliminated every bad thing that I've ever said to him and it is all gone and out with the wind. No, that's not true. Because the truth of the matter is you're going to have a day where you get mad and you're going to be like,
you're not
told
perfect.
You. Yeah. and then when you have that moment of, you know, the perfection goes out the window. Oh, I knew it. I knew I couldn't do it. Already saying all this. That's not what it's about.
Yeah.
Slow steps. Slow steps.
Yeah.
So today I'm going to decide I'm not going to tell my husband, shut up. And that might be really funny for people. See, one of my things was shut up was a word for me that's like a funny word. When someone does something funny to me, I'd be like, oh my gosh, shut up.
Yeah.
But I realized I didn't like it. I stopped liking the word. And so I decided I'm going to stop saying shut up. So instead of saying, you know, all like trying to make all these things like all week long, I'm never going to say it. Taking the day to go, I'm not going to say this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying by that is taking the word that you don't want to say any longer to your husband or to your child or to your friend.
Or to yourself.
Or to yourself.
Yeah.
Yes. Taking that one word and going, I'm not going to say can't. How about that? I want everyone to try that this week, actually.
Yeah.
I want you to try it for just today, specifically, the day that you see this and if you're seeing this in the evening, then start it tomorrow. I want you to decide can't is not an optional word.
Yeah.
So that means that's all you're going to do. You're going to work on not saying can't to yourself and really focusing on how that felt for you. On instead of saying can't, utilizing it to say how you actually can. How can you do it?
Yeah.
You already thought of how you can't do it.
Yeah.
So
that's
how
already
can
done.
you? Yeah. You know, and so I think that playing around with it, making it your brain actually think and work for you and allowing it to work for you like it wants to.
Yeah.
You know, not introducing so much at once. Yeah. Cause it's just, that's an attack.
Yeah.
You know,
exactly.
So you don't want to attack yourself. You want to support yourself. Like I said, from getting from A to B.
Yes.
You know, and that's why I love how it says, let the weak say I am
strong.
Let the poor say I am
rich.
And so it's speaking to yourself already.
Yeah.
Let you say it to yourself. I am rich. I am strong. I am amazing. I am incredible. I am beautiful.
Yeah.
I am unstoppable. Say it to yourself, baby, because you carry yourself everywhere you go.
Exactly.
And you have you more than anyone. You have to be with you forever.
Yeah.
So to enjoy your company, enjoy what you say to yourself.
Yeah. And I know, you know, some people are like, that's so weird or that's strange, you know, like saying those words because they're not used to it. It's kind of foreign to them.
No, but it's not strange to say.
It's not strange. Yeah.
No, it's not strange to say, I can't, I'm dumb, I'm this, I'm that.
Yeah, it's not strange for that.
That's easy to say out loud
That's
to yourself
normal.
for some reason.
I don't know why.
But then the moment you say, speak to yourself good words. Oh, to myself, good words? About what?
Yeah. You don't know. You're confused now. Yeah. So I think, like you said, it starts with the basics.
It starts with.
Yeah. No. She would. But it starts with the basics of it, you know, not overloading your plate, not putting too much, but starting with, you know what? This might be interesting, but I'm going to try it out. I'm going to see how it is, you know?
Yeah. So make that choice, you know, try it. For some people, try it in the mirror, you know, speak to yourself in the mirror, speak to, you know, you can change it up where you speak to your kid and say how amazing they are. And then let them hear you speaking out to yourself, how amazing you are.
Yeah.
I think that's very profound. I watched my dad, no lie, speak to himself in the mirror every morning. He would speak to himself in the mirror. He would practice his sermons in the mirror. He would talk to himself in the mirror. I grew up hearing that. Yeah. You know, and he's one of the most confident people I know because he speaks to himself. He speaks well of himself.
Yeah. And he affirms the affirmation.
Exactly. If we say, Dad, you look good, he'll be like, Well, he'll be like, tell me something I don't know. And we'll be like, Dad, but that's daddy all the way,
that
you know?
that's
and
their dad.
It really taught me a lot, you know, because you'd be like, Dad, that shirt looks good on you. Well, it's rare I don't make things look good. You know,
Yeah.
like,
you're like, okay.
Dad, you know? But I mean, that's the truth. And he affirmed us too. And so I realized though that it became a choice when I got older to do that for myself. I could, when you, like I said, you're a parent. You're a parent of you, right? So once you get to a certain age, it is now your personal responsibility to say, I'm going to speak to myself this way. Even if my parents did that for me, that was great. Now I'm going to keep doing it. If my parents didn't do it, I'm going to learn how to do it. I'm going to do better by it. Because I don't want to just settle and say that, oh, I wasn't given this, so that means I shouldn't have it. Or, oh, I want better for my children, but I'm not trying to do better for myself. Or, oh, I want to be a better student, but I'm not going to speak good to myself. I want to be a good athlete, you know, and that's the amazing thing about being an athlete. If you're trying to be at the top of your game and in your athleticism and go to new places, you're not going to go there with a weak mind about yourself. If you come in that way, you already lost.
There's a lot of confidence that athletes hold within them.
The game is in your head first.
Exactly.
People think the game is on the field. But it starts in your mind long before then. And visualizing it, seeing it, knowing what you're about. It's real.
So
that is what is good.
Yes.
What is good. So yeah, I'm really excited. I'm really proud of myself. I feel really encouraged more and more. I'm really excited for the people that I get to invest in and talk to, which brings me to saying also that August, scared to say, is when we are also opening up our, what would it be? We are receiving.
Expanding.
Yes. So we're receiving more clients.
Yes.
For the month of August.
And this is with anything, because that's what Mental Finesse is. This is with, you know, whatever is going on, you know, obviously it's web therapy. So that's what it's going through. But I really prefer to do a lot of in-person things as much as possible. That's like my favorite. That's my swag, man. But I mean, of course, with the times and where people are, it's really important to us of meeting people where they are. And I really like what we do because when it comes to like coaching, counseling, and strategic help, and trying to better oneself, and just trying to figure their way out of things with anxiety, whatever coping skills that are necessary, people oftentimes are presented with these prices that don't allow for them to even be able to do that. And so one thing I love about Mental Finesse is we're very much so about working out a plan that works for you to your life, so you're able to feel refreshed with it, and it's not burdened.
And it brings something to you. You know, so that's what I love. One of the things. So if you are one of those people, it would be good to, I would say, call us. For sure. I know some people acting scared of the phone. Don't act scared. We honestly love you.
We really do. We would love to hear from you.
We really would. I mean, we've already heard from people, and it's been absolutely incredible. So we would love to hear from more of you, truly. And that way, so through the use of the phone and also through, what was it?
Our email.
Our email is good too. I mean, when you think about opening up the DM sides, you don't really know what you think of that. So for the side of DMs, I would say if it's someone that you know that might be interested, you can DM us for that person and just let us know and maybe give us their information, and we can go from there. So that's another way we can do that too. Definitely want to be flexible. So yes. All right.
Okay.
Well, you're beautiful.
You are.
I love you. I see you.
Yes.
Keep doing it. Keep doing what's right. And keep having good days. Don't let anyone stop you from having a good day and from doing what you need to do.
Yes.
Okay.
Please.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
We love you.